Hello everybody, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily contents.
What is happening? I hope you're all doing okay. A little bit of a news roundup to bring to you about Liverpool Football Club now. Now we know a little bit more about what's happening behind the scenes. I think it's all right that we bring you the content. So guys, in exchange for bringing you the content, please feel free to hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And if you are new to the channel, or whether you're watching on LRFC TV, please feel free to hit those buttons and really support the channel. Really do appreciate each and every bit of support that we can get on the channel. So let's go into the talking points. So we got Pedro Marques. Will he be the new technical director of Liverpool Football Club? We're going to be looking at Ruben Amorim, who looks to be going to Barcelona. They're eyeing him up at the moment. Will he choose the Catalan club, or will he choose Liverpool following the announcement that Xabi Alonso will be staying at Bayer Leverkusen for at least another season? I'm looking ahead to that Liverpool game against Sheffield United. I think that is a massive game to capitalise off the results of Manchester City, who beat Aston Villa 4-1 tonight, as well as Arsenal, who beat Luton by 2-0 as well. Let's try and capitalise to make it 2 wins out of 2 at Anfield. Following the international break, we'll be talking about starting 11 predictions and a little bit more in today's video. But guys, feel free to hit those buttons. So let's get involved. So let's start with the Pedro Marques. Now, Liverpool owner, Fenway Sports Group, we know John Henry, he's looking to appoint Benfica's technical director, Pedro Marques, in the new football look structure. Now, we know Pedro Marques was integral in Liverpool signing Darwin Núñez. So he has ties previously with the club back in the summer of 2022 when we managed to get that transfer over the line. But Marques is known to Liverpool's following. But as well as that, The Athletic reported last month that Marques will be employed by the Boston-based company rather than Liverpool, as they seek to utilise his expertise to attract that global talent. Now, the Portuguese was formerly a first-team performance analyst at Manchester City, but now recently having ties to sporting director Julian Ward. Marques later switched to a coaching and analysis lead post for City Football Group, the multi-club coaching model that shares in Manchester City, Melbourne, and a few other teams around the world as well. So we know that's the kind of recent development there. Will Liverpool appoint a technical director? What implications that will have is yet to be seen, but he's got a good resume, good CV, and it'll be interesting to see as these foundations look to apply a little bit more clarity to the situation behind the scenes, because we are going through a transition as a club. Obviously, with Jurgen Klopp going, we've had so many sporting directors over the last few years. Richard Hughes is now sporting director until the end of the season. We've had Julian Ward, George Chamak, we've had a few. So to get those foundations, add a little bit of consistency. As soon as you sort of stabilise the background, I think that kind of eliminates and nullifies the possibility that instability could affect further on down the line with the team. So good to see this bit of news. So let's go on to Barcelona, who are in the race to secure Ruben Amorim. Now, it's 2 alternative manager targets. We know that Roberto De Zerbi was on the list. That now what's been recent in the media, in mainstream media, is that he's been going down the list and Ruben Amorim's gone up the list. Now, the Catalan club have seen as favourites for the Sporting Lisbon coach up until about last week, when Xabi Alonso announced that he was staying at Bayer Leverkusen rather. He's not departing for one or more seasons. The widespread feeling from the industry was that Xabi Alonso was going to pick either Liverpool or Bayern Munich, and Ruben Amorim was going to go to Barcelona. But now that that's not happened, it's accelerated his interest in the role to succeed Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager. It's accelerated media interest, but with Barcelona now in the race, it's now unknown what the future holds for Sporting Lisbon coach at the moment. He's done very well. He's sitting, I think, top of the table, 1 point clear of Benfica. I think they're on track to win the domestic league there. Yet Sporting's high release clause, understood to be around £13 million, was one of a few reasons nothing had yet just been confirmed. So very early developments in this news story, but one that we'll have to keep an eye on going forward, I think, especially considering, you know, the closer the time takes until the end of the season. Jurgen Klopp's, you know, farewell is drawing ever closer, so that speculation is only going to increase there on in. So who would you take as manager? Would you take Roberto De Zerbi? Personally, in my opinion, I'm not quite sure if Roberto De Zerbi has the correct sort of... I don't think he'd really get the fans, and I think it'd be hard for any manager to replicate that of Jurgen Klopp. I think replication of what Jurgen Klopp's been able to do, just get that out of the picture, because no manager's going to do that. However, if you're looking at it from a perspective of who's going to bring new ideas and who's going to get the fans, I don't think Roberto De Zerbi does that. I don't think he does that, and I think that's why I think we can kind of relate to Xabi Alonso, because he can get the fans and the fans get him, and I think that sort of sentiment, I think, is very integral to whether or not the fans give him time. Liverpool are not a club that will chop and change like the model of the Chelsea deploy, but to the same token and to the same capacity, you want sort of stability, you want that, you know, sort of reassurance and that comfort that you've got a manager that can take the squad forward and bring the best out of the players. Now, that is an aspect of Ruben Amorim's resume that really does bolster his chances of becoming Liverpool manager, because he brings youth talent on, he brings the best out of those players. So again, very interesting development, but one we'll have to take a closer insight as time progresses. And then on to Liverpool Sheffield United. Big game tomorrow, big game, guys. Liverpool winning 5 games out of their last 6 Premier League matches. As for Sheffield United, I think only picked up 1 out of their last 5 results. Very struggling times for Chris Wilder. But I think my starting 11 prediction would be Callahan goal, I think Bradley right back, Gomez left back, Virgil van Dijk and Kwanzaa centre halves. I think then I'd go for McAllister, Endo. I think McAllister's been superb recently, so I'd have him in the side. McAllister, Endo. I'd even go for Elliott in the midfield. I think he's really impressed recently as well. And then as for the forward line, I'd go for Diaz, Salah. Salah's hitting a bit of form, and I'd go for a little bit of rotation. I think that's something that we lacked when we played Man United. I think we need to utilise and focus and apply that focus on Darwin Núñez for that United game. So maybe this is a game for Cody Gakpo to get a little bit of confidence. I think this is a game where he could profit from, I think, in front of the fans as well. I think he's had a very tricky time, so I think maybe Jurgen Klopp chucks him in to try and boost his confidence ahead of a run-in. I think he's going to have to be an integral piece to the puzzle. So that is my starting 11. That is the starting 11 that I predict. Let me know if you make any changes to that 11. Let me know what your score predictions are furthermore. I think Liverpool will win the game 3-0. I think it'll be a very comfortable day. I don't see any problems, especially given the circumstances around both teams. And I think given the fact it's home as well, provides Liverpool that big advantage. So, yeah, I think Liverpool score early, nullify any sort of nerves and inevitable apprehension, get the job done, and then hopefully it's over to City and Arsenal in the quest for the league title. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are for today's video. If you did enjoy, and please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. But with any of the topics raised in today's video, please feel free to get involved down in the comments. Yeah, what your thoughts are. Would you take Ruben Amorim as manager? And would you also, what's your also take on the Pedro Marques news? As you know, it looks like Liverpool are going to hire him as technical director of operations at the club. So, yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you in a bit.